Everybody, and welcome to the Enterprise Suite System Manager demonstration. Okay, we're going to sign in as user code admin UK. We're going to use the demo corporation and click via the local area network. Okay, right. Let's go into System Manager module. Okay, so if you've been looking at the other modules, you'll see that it's the same sort of layout. You've got a workflow menu, you've got your dashboards, you've got reports, you've got business intelligence. So on the business intelligence in the system manager, what you've actually got is volume of customers, inventory items, suppliers. So basically, you can see how many customers you're adding every week or every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. Same with suppliers. So you can see if your database size is changing, it's going to pre-warn you that obviously you're going to run out of disk space, and it also sort of tells you, what from a performance point of view, do you need new hardware? Okay, right. So let's look at some of the static data in here, like countries as an example. We've auto set up every country in the world. So let's look at the United Kingdom. Okay. So within the United Kingdom, we've obviously got the ISO letter codes, the current default currency, the default language, and we decide whether something is a searchable postcode or not. So what that means is, do we keep track a database, a postcode database with this particular country? Yeah. If I look at the United States as an example, we do have the US postal code database already embedded in the system. Okay. Payment terms. You can obviously set up as many payment terms as you want. Let's pick on this particular one. This is net 30 with 2% discount if you pay within 7 days. You decide whether it's based on net days, end of month, calendar month, or seasonal. And if it's seasonal, obviously you specify a date. You then decide, how many days the actual terms are. And if there's any settlement discount, is it based on an amount or a percent? And if you calculate interest on overdue debts, what percentage that interest is. Okay. We also have shipping methods. Okay, so it's not just kind of, £10 shipping, away you go. You can actually base your shipping methods, okay, based on weight, order value, by a percentage of the order value, or by an amount range. So, for example, this is a weight range. So if the order is between 1 and 10 kilograms, we charge £10. If it's between 11 and 20, we charge 20. A good one for value might be that if the value of the order is over a particular amount, let's create a new one. So value delivery, and this will be based on order value. Yep. So if I say, right, if it's £1 to £500, they've got to pay £10. Over £500, they get it free. Okay. Okay, what else have we got in here? Multi-currency. We had a quick look at this in our accounting demonstration. Yeah, but essentially, if I pick on the US dollar, okay, we've got a symbol, we've got an exchange rate, and how we'd actually like the figures to be formatted. We can also see a currency history. So I know I changed the euro one earlier. So if I look at the euro, let's change this to 1.8 this time and save it. And then you can actually see a change of currency. So you can see it was 1.45 at one point, and it was 1.5, it was 1.7 at 1.8. So you can actually see the history and date and time it was changed. Okay. Other static data is things like source, when you're actually doing an activity or whatever, or an opportunity. The most important areas in System Manager, I think, are the user role and setting up a new company. Okay, so let's have a look at user role. Okay, so let's just look at an existing user role. You can set up user roles for credit control people, sales people. So for example, credit control, they just need access to the customer module and a few kind of options within that kind of module. This is a way of tailoring the menu effectively. And then what you do is you create a user and tie them to a particular user role. It's a far easier way of creating menus. All right, so in this particular user role, we've decided that users that are attached to this user role will have access to the customer supply and inventory module. So if I double click on the customer module, it will then bring up the menu in the customer module. Okay, so I'm going to decide that um, the users that use this are not allowed to create RMAs. Okay, so if I right mouse click on RMA and say disable. Okay, now the thing about disabling is what it does is it still shows it on their menu, but they can't actually click on it anymore. Okay, if I do the same with credit memos but hide it, okay, what happens now is that they won't actually see it on their menu at all. So you can do that with every option. Okay, you can do it with all the dashboards. And so if I look at business intelligence, you can decide which business intelligence screens they've got access to, what reports they've got access to the same way. And what you can also do is if I click on the customer, you can actually bring up the form, okay, that actually they would get when they activate the customer option. And this is the form that comes up, okay, but it's a lot different than normal because it's got all these extra buttons on it, because each area is a plugin. Okay, so what we can do is drag and drop fields off. We can hide tabs. Okay, so for example here, let me look at the buttons here. What have I got? Customize layout. Okay, so I can decide to add fields. Okay, or I can take away fields. And I can do that for all areas and for all fields in the database. Okay, so what I can also do is I can highlight that particular tab and say hide that tab. So that won't show on their particular customer form when they see it. This is, in a lot of other systems, this is what a programmer would have to have done for you. But this means that end users you may get a reseller to do this for you, but essentially it means that you could do it. It's not that difficult to do. And so what it means is people in this user role can have different forms to see exactly the same data as everybody else. Okay. Right, the other main thing here is the company wizard. I'm not going to show you the new company wizard because obviously I don't want to create a new company, but I'm going to show you as a company checklist. Okay, so this is so if you want to create a new company, this is exactly the same routine that you'd go through. Okay, and it's just a way to remind you of all the things you need to do. Okay, so these are all the things I need to do. If I was creating a new company, I'd type the name and address in, the country, the registration number, all that sort of stuff. I would also put what the home currency was, what the language was. I'd also put my logo in here. Okay, so when I put my logo in there, it puts it across all my reports, all my stationary layouts automatically. Okay, and then I'd click create database and it would create me a new company database. Okay, now as I go next, it then says, well, which payment terms do you want? Okay, and by using the new or edit buttons, okay, it means that you can edit the ones you've already got or delete the ones you've already got, yeah, or add new ones. Okay, and all it does is it's just taking you through all the items that you need to look at. So payment terms, payment groups, yeah, accounting periods, yeah, which account periods you want to set, which nominal codes do you want, what preferences do you want, okay. Other things in here are, if I just go down to, let's say, customer and customer detail, okay, yes, you can create a new customer using the new company wizard, okay. Yes, you could edit an existing one, but you've also got another little button here now, which is the import button. Okay, so that means that you could import customers, just like you could import opening balances, opening balance transactions. So effectively, I'll go to the import wizard. You can import stuff from accounting, which are the budgets and journals. Okay, you can import stuff for CRM, which are contacts, leads, and prospects. Okay, you can import stuff for customers, which are customers and opening balances. Same with supplier, and same with inventory. Okay.